Every day on this channel, I go through everything Elon said on X in the last 24 hours. And here's how many times Elon posted about each subject today. I'll go through everything he said about each topic before moving on to the next one. And starting with Tesla, we finally got a timeline on version 14. Jason Calacanis said, "My last 3 Tesla FSD rides were absolutely perfect. Hardware 4 plus 13.x feels like they are very close, but safety first is most important. No shame in the safety driver game. Has to be perfect. So everyone chill and let them cook." Elon replies saying version 14.0 goes into early wide release next week, then 14.1 about 2 weeks later, and then finally 14.2. The car will feel almost like it is a sentient being by 14.2. And Omar posted the overnight trading last night, Tesla stock trading at $447, quoting it saying, "Tesla Q in shambles right now." Elon replied, "A lot of people thought Tesla stock would collapse as the tax credits came to an end this month. Guess not." And this is the day when Tesla got listed on the NASDAQ.
First of all, I should mention that not only were we able to increase the size of the offering and price above the range, but the quality of investor that people will see, when people see who's investing in IPO, it's the smartest, most long-term thinking investors in the market. It's really an amazing set of investors. So I think it's just worth noting that the smartest money in the world is betting on Tesla. They must have a reason for doing so. Because obviously to go public and increase the range and increase the price in this market is not easy. And these are very well-informed people.
Elon replied to that saying Tesla went public for 0.1% of its current market capitalization, which today is around 1.39 trillion. And if we're going down memory lane today, it was 13 years ago today that Tesla unveiled the supercharger. And look at how far we've come. Tesla's true Unboxed Process 2.0 patent was granted and published today, just 16 months after its initial filing. Alex says, "As a production engineer who has spent the majority of my professional life in manufacturing facilities, I cannot emphasize enough how much the Unboxed process is a game changer. If Tesla makes this happen, production costs will fall so dramatically that the competition will disappear from the market, wiped away. There is simply no way to compete with Tesla anymore as product will remain superior, but costs will be way down, and with very low prices, demand will grow exponentially. This will change everything and is a huge paradigm shift." And Elon replied saying, "What matters is that the cycle time of the overall production process can get to 10 seconds, and there is a path to cars coming off the line every 5 seconds. I posted about Tesla taking this new path based on physics first principles long ago. By the way, anyone is welcome to copy it. Our patents are open source." And today we also saw the first highway sign that showcases superchargers. Tesla says more to come. This Tesla employee says almost 100% of road trips are already possible in the US in a Tesla. Tesla drivers know this through their vehicle touchscreen, but too many people have no clue. The first state-owned highway signs showing Tesla superchargers are now going live. We plan on rolling this out more broadly. Hopefully this helps with turning any range anxiety into range confidence for the general public. And Elon reposted this. And Tesla FSD is now being tested in Sydney, Australia. This headline says, "Why Tesla FSD is a nuclear moment." And an excerpt from that review: "Once you've driven with FSD for any length of time, it's hard to imagine life without it. Elon and Tesla have changed the way we drive forever. There's no looking back. We put it through a weekend of challenging traffic situations, road work and merging lanes, 6-way intersections, Saturday sport traffic and Sunday go-slow drivers, and the system negotiated them all with nuance and aplomb. Indeed, it's so good, its ease of use and stress-free experience might even convince my 40-something wife to finally get her driver's license. It's that good." Elon quoted it saying, "This is still just version 13. Tom Nash says Elon is quietly turning Tesla into an AI powerhouse. Robotics, autonomy, data, all the pieces are falling into place. And Tom said he is quietly doing that, so Elon replied, "Well, technically I do post about it frequently." Well, he reposted this video of a Cybertruck today driving at the end of the world. And he also reposted a couple of posts of investors encouraging people to vote their shares for the upcoming shareholder meeting at votetesla.com. He did the same for Travis Axelrod and from Stephen Mark Ryan, who says that if you still haven't been able to vote, name and shame your brokerage in the replies. And here's a clear example of how Reuters misleads their readers about Tesla. The headline is BYD outsells Tesla in the EU for second month. But AJ says that this information is cherry-picked. It is true that BYD sold a few more units than Tesla in the EU area, but Reuters denies their readers the full picture. The full picture is that in Europe, which includes the EU, Iceland, Norway, Switzerland, and the UK, Tesla outsold BYD significantly, about 14,000 versus only 11,000. BYD sold 23% less than Tesla. This data was part of the same data release. Reuters had to have saw it. This was intentional. This means Reuters cherry-picked a smaller subset just to be able to fabricate a negative headline. This is one of their go-to methods to smear Tesla. And this deception doesn't end here. Reuters makes no mentioning of important context. BYD's sales are driven by large fleet sales, unlike Tesla's. Also, Reuters makes no mentioning of Tesla's delivery wave strategy. Preliminary data for September imply Tesla is poised to grow European sales by around 100% month over month in September, and thus will significantly more outsell BYD. The reason why Reuters doesn't tell their audience is that it would not fit the Tesla bad narrative. This makes Reuters complicit in the brainwashing which led to horrific outcomes like Charlie Kirk assassination. Elon replied saying, Reuters misleads constantly. And Unta says the difference between large language model engineer versus robotic engineers is that the former rarely need to think about timestamp, and the later is a constant battlefield. Elon replies saying, actually, large model engineers should care a lot more about timestamps. Grok says that this shift reflects xAI's recent development of Grok 3, emphasizing timestamp accuracy to align AI outputs with physical world events, a departure from traditional language model focus on static text analysis. So language model engineers must increasingly handle timestamps, especially as AI integrates with real-time systems like robotics. And news today that Grok will be used in every federal agency. Elon said in the statement released by xAI, he said, thanks to President Trump and his administration, xAI's frontier AI is now unlocked for every federal agency, empowering the US government to innovate faster and accomplish its mission more effectively than ever before. We look forward to continuing to work with President Trump and his team to rapidly deploy AI throughout the government for the benefit of the country. Sammy said, Grok, when did Elon say this? And Elon made the statement in an xAI news release today, following the partnership announcement. And in other news, xAI filed a lawsuit yesterday in the United States District Court for the Northern District of California, accusing OpenAI of systematically poaching former xAI employees to steal trade secrets on Grok's source code, business plans, and data center operations. Per the lawsuit, the desire to win the artificial intelligence race has driven OpenAI to cross the line of fair play. By hook or by crook, OpenAI clearly will do anything when threatened by a better innovator, including plundering and misappropriating the technical advancements, source code, and business plans of xAI. The complaint cites a July email from xAI lawyer Alex Spiro to the redacted ex-executive alleging confidentiality breaches. Spiro is met with a one-line reply, suck my d***. Things are getting real, folks, and Elon reposted this. Doge Designer also reported on it, and Elon replied saying, we sent them many warning letters, but they continued to cheat. Lawsuit was the only option after exhausting all others. And X-Freeze shows you how to open Grok with just one click on your MacBook. If you follow these steps, you will be able to just have Grok in your application bar. And Elon reposted it. And X-Freeze says that voice mode is activated by default just as you enter the Grok app, and he says it's one of the best features. Elon said just turn on voice and talk immediately on opening the Grok app. And Grok 4 Fast is now number 1 on Live Code Bench for coding, and Grok 4 secures the number 2 spot right after Grok 4 Fast. Elon quoted it saying, progress. And Nate Esparza says Grok is my search engine, tech support, personal trainer, interior designer, travel guide, my recipe book, my editor, my teacher, my translator, my data analyst, my financial advisor, and much more. And Elon reposted it. And Elon says, sometimes I say things so profound that people think that it's stupid. And sometimes I say things so stupid that people think it's profound. Maybe this is one of those moments. No, you can't just print money infinitely. And Chad says, well, that's true. Print money. And Yunta says, my children may one day visit my profile page and read what I had said. Thus, it is not that different from writing my own tombstone. Here's one dedicated to you, my children. May you read it from another planet. Kai says, you assume that you will ever die. You probably will not. Yunta says, living forever is a torture. When I am done my deed and there's still a lot to do, I will be ready to leave and yield my position to the next generation. And Elon said, same. But he also responded to the original post with a rocket ship. And Elon once said, you don't have a soul, you are a soul. And he replied today saying, yes. And head of product at X, Nikita Beer, says, if I message you to fix a bug on X, I don't want to hear about your marriage every day for the next month. And Elon has a laugh at that one. And wow, 4 years ago, YouTube banned the song Let's Go Brandon off of YouTube for medical misinformation. And today they unbanned the song from Chandler's YouTube channel. Insane. Elon says, wow. And there's been some violence against ICE agents and ICE facilities, the Immigration Customs Enforcement. And Reddit Lies says Redditors on the 5501 were talking about shooting ICE agents just last week. Elon responds with 2 exclamation marks. And 2 months ago, a major terror plot to kill ICE agents in Texas was foiled. 11 far-left radicals arrested. The media made it disappear, and End Wokeness said, how many of you knew about this? And Elon also responded to that with an exclamation mark. And Tommy Robinson says, we haven't forgotten about you, Iryna. And Elon reposted this. And Elon reposted this 10-minute video from Constantine saying, I warned you this would happen. Constantine discusses the political and social fallout following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And he highlights how the government actually took action against the individuals who celebrated or criticized Kirk's death, talking about how there's been a shift in political retaliation tactics. And he critiques the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel, and he suggests it was influenced by government pressure rather than ratings. And he also talks about Elon's acquisition of Twitter in 2022, which he argues changed the landscape of social media censorship by introducing a platform less restrictive on speech. And this is leading to another shift in the form of media. We're seeing the decline of legacy media and the rise of new media, especially through lots of great folks on X. So that's everything that Elon said today. FSD version 14 is coming next week. Grok is coming to the government. And Elon is suing OpenAI. And as always, if you guys want early access to these videos or you just want to support the channel, you can do so by joining the channel as a member, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.